All right, what's up, everybody? So, might hear some crazy noises. I'm right outside of my house. It's really hot. Kids are crazy. The ocean's behind me. Hopefully, the kids don't come out. I got new, it's funny, but I got new wheels on the doors, so it's easier for them to open, which now I regret getting new wheels on the doors. Should have just kept hitting them with WD-40. But I hope you guys are doing good. I haven't seen you in a while. It's Tuesday, October 22nd. Some announcements. If you've been in Trade Tribe for a while now, I don't even know, David, what we've been 7 months, six, seven,
7, 8 months. 8 months.
months. So we're not going anywhere. Our trader's not going anywhere. He's still doing Zooms every Wednesday, and I would say jump on, get on the Wednesday night, our Wednesday morning call, depending on where you're at. It's Wednesday night for him technically, and listen to Jake talk about the trading, listen to Jake talk about setups and how things are going and what trades you're doing. He's going to share some of his past trades, current trades, future trades and what he's doing. But he's been doing those. I've been a part of this. I've invested heavily into this. I put a really big deposit into it. I've grown my account to over $44,000. And we hit some bumps in the road. I'm not going to lie to you. We're very transparent here. 3 months or so back, Jake put about 30% into building a decentralized exchange that we've kind of talked about, which is good for the whole program, as in bringing percentages with almost not doing any trading, which is really cool how that works. And if you're somebody that is, I guess, an original founder like ourselves here that are even on the Zoom, or people that are watching that, put a deposit in early, you'll have access to your funds inside that decentralized exchange, which is cool. But when he did that, also the market, bam, I think it was a war in Israel started or something, but Bitcoin went from 70K, 69K to like 49K in like 3.5 days. So he had to close a couple trades and he hung on to some trades. Well, here we are 3 months later, just like the market does. When was the best time to buy? When it was at 49, I mean, not right now. Well, still right now is a good time to buy, but when it was 49 was the time to buy. Well, now we're here, October 22nd. We're sitting at, what are we sitting at? Let me look. 67,000 a coin. Yesterday, day before, it was sitting at 69,000. So we're back. We're back to where we were. He held on to those trades. He came back on them, closed them, made some really good profits. And he's also done profits along the way. He's did some scalping. He's like, hey, I'm pulling like 1 to 2% daily right now, even with the market going sideways. So that's where we've been. He first that hit happened. He's like, hey, look, this isn't your traditional daily pay, or I'm going to take Bobby's money and pay Jeff, or take David's money and pay Josue. No, I'm only going to pay people from profits. And obviously, I took some hits. I put some money in the decentralized exchange. I'm going to make this month at 1%. And we're all like, what? You know what I mean? So we dealt with the 1%. The next month, it went to 5. The next month, it stayed at 5. Now we just hit it, with the end of, well, I say a month and a half, probably, we went into 10. This 2.5 months, we went to 10%. So we're at 10% now. That's for people that anybody in this is at 10%. If you're a $500 minimum, you're at 10%. If you came in at 5K and did the VIP, you should be getting up to 20, which you'll get up there. But right now you're at 10. That's where I'm at. So I'm happy. 44K I got in this thing. My buddy David, I'll let him tell his story too, but he's at 10. We're all at 10. We are invested in this. We have the biggest accounts in this thing. So that's where we're at. David and me have worked for years together. I don't know, David, you go ahead, talk about a little bit. I know you did some stuff today. You threw in some more funds into here. I know you talk to Jake every single day. I'm getting bombarded by children, and I don't even have time to think anymore besides go hide in the closet. Now I understand why people do that. But I'll let David explain this. But I've worked with David for years. A lot of everybody on here knows David. If you don't, David Mercado, traditional business owner, along with really good dad, constantly driving. That's what we do as dads. And then at the same time, he's really great online, really great YouTube channel. He just kind of interviews different owners, talks about things, and then we partnered up to build Trade Tribe just because we know we have something real, and we don't really care if everybody jumps on board. but we want the people to jump on board that we're going to be here with for a long time to come. So David, thanks for jumping on. I'm gonna get some stuff ready to share in a second.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Brian. Brian's an amazing dad and a great leader. And, me and Brian worked together many, many years. And it's just good to, know that you got somebody with good intentions on your team, and for us to, when we created Trade Tribe, we came into this with good intentions. Anybody else or any other company right now, when, the market took a hit and there was some transitions being made, they would have been robbing Peter to pay Paul to pay everybody. We're not doing that. We're doing it the right way. We got transparency. We got, we got good morals, ethical behavior. People are just, when I talk to people, they are happy that we are always doing Zoom calls every single week, whether it's a Wednesday. Me and Brian just started doing these again on Tuesdays. But Jake has been in the trenches and just announcing things every single week. So, if you guys are watching the replay right now, if you guys miss any Zoom calls in the past, there's a bunch of videos that you could watch on YouTube regarding Trade Tribe, regarding where we're at, where we've been, and where we're going. Just like Brian was saying earlier today, I just made an additional deposit of $5,000. That's because I know where we're going. I know what is going on. And, it doesn't matter if you put $500, $1,000, or 10,000 or whatever. What it comes down to is being able to create financial wealth for the future. Okay, and you got to start where you got to start at. But there's no other company that I could think of that is going to be around for many years. There's a lot of other good companies out there, don't get me wrong, but what it comes down to, something that we created, we know that our hearts are in it. Like I mentioned before, I told this to friends and family, which I would never do in the past, just because I know how crazy this, space is. But this is something that's near and dear to my heart, and I know that this will change people's lives financially. Okay, but it is real trading, and there is, just like in anything in life, you could deposit something into the stock market, and it's still, something that could be volatile. There's no guarantees, but when we got a good trader like Jake, and Jake is somebody who has high standards, because when I talk to him a lot, and he really cares about the community. He really pours his heart out, and, he wants to do the best for everybody. And that's the kind of people that I like being around, where they put you guys first, they put the community first before themselves. And it's like, what can we do to make Trade Tribe better, Comp Plan, or just the community, or what can we do? So, it's exciting to see where we're going. And I just kind of want to just reiterate, like, just how amazing of a company and of a platform. We got Tim, we got Brian, we got Jake, myself, and just know that, the weeks that are going to be coming by, the months that are going to be coming by, like Brian said, this month we're at 10. Next month we could be at 15. Following month at 20. But we're doing it the right way. We're all adults here. We address the community, and we let you guys know what's going on. So anyways, I'm excited. I put 5,000 a day. If you guys are on the fence about, maybe contributing or making another deposit or getting started, right now's the time. Remember, guys, the bull run is right around the corner. Bitcoin, where it's at 67. Just wait till you see it at 77, 87. I mean, it's around the corner. I know we keep saying that, and it's a cliche, but the thing is this, it's happened before, it's going to happen again. It's just a matter of time. So we're excited about what's happening right now with Trade Tribe, the decentralized exchange, everything that's coming. But anyways, Brian, I'm going to send it back to you, bro.
All right. So I'm going to jump right in. So on our website, we haven't made too many changes. We don't really trust any developers. I've talked to some really good friends of mine that do developing, but they want to charge a lot of money just to make a couple changes because they want to do it constantly. And it's like, look, we're not some evolving website, really. We just want a couple changes done. So we haven't really dove into paying somebody to do too many things because it's so simple here. It's really simple. So if you're looking at it, here's our packages up to 10%. We're at 10% right now. You look in the back office, you look at your deposit, it says 10% no matter who you are. So then we got up to 15%. These are our traditional packages, 10 and 15% monthly. You put in 5,000, you're at 15% a month. You put in 500, you're at 10%. You can put in 10,000 and choose the $500 one. I wouldn't do that. I would choose the other one. That's what I'm saying. So make sure you select it. See, you can turn these blue, active, active. So, but you'll do that inside of the account, right? So you'll choose the premium. If you want to unlock it to do the VIP is a $250 subscription that we do every 90 days. You know, so if you want to get paid, like David put in the 5,000, he would want to put it in VIP. He'd want to pay 250 because then he gets 20% on that 5K. Instead, if you go here and you put 5K in and don't pay that 250, you're only making 15%. He makes that extra 250 that 1 month by doing VIP. Then he gets paid an extra 250 every single month because that's what the percentage is. 5,000 times 15% is $750 a month. 5,000 times 20% is $1,000 a month. So he'll make an extra 250 that first month that covers his VIP. Then he gets paid another 250, and then pays another 250. You see how that goes. You can withdraw, and this is the kicker, right? And you got to understand this. This isn't like some companies that let you can put in all your money and withdraw it the next day. No, here you put anything in, you put 500 in, it's set in here for life. It's in liquidity. You're going to get paid on that forever. So if I come into my account, which I already signed in, hopefully it works. All right, cool. Here's the front board, right? Here's the front page. I have a balance right now. So say right now, normally it'll be zero there for anybody. But if you came in, you set up your account, you click on add funds, and you sent one of these in right here, that money that you sent right here, say you chose 100 and you scan this QR scan code, scanned it, that's the safest way to do it, and you send that money in, it would go right here to your dashboard. Then you go into new deposits and you choose that new deposit. You know, you choose the basic, you choose the premium, or you pay that VIP, and then all of a sudden you got the VIP basic, the VIP premium sitting there. That's how that works. So if you want to withdraw, you got your withdrawal ones here. So these are a little overlapped. I'd like to get that changed, but let's see here. Let's look at this. Let's look at this part. Let's see, maybe go to settings. All right. RH7T. So what I'm going to do, and this is something that everybody should be aware of. Anytime you go to do a withdrawal, right? You want to bring up that wallet you're sending it to. I suggest always send to a DeFi wallet. So I'm going to send this balance of 2,242. I'm going to do a withdrawal, but I'm going to send it to my Exodus wallet. But first, I'm going to come in my Exodus wallet and I'm going to make sure that that is the right account. And I'm double checking. I got my phone right here. I'm looking at the address. I'll come down here to my settings. And there you go. I'm looking at it. And yes, that is the same address. I've seen where people don't have a 2FA set up and they don't have things set up on their account, and people can get into their account and hack their stuff. So me doing a withdrawal, I'm going to go here and just put in the amount. So I'm going to choose this one because obviously there's no money in that one. So I'm going to choose this, and I'm just going to put in the 2,042. Might as well, I'll just leave the change and just hit 0.00 and hit withdraw. So there you go. Now you got to put your 2FA code in, and this changes every 30 seconds. So give me a second here. We only got 5, 4, 3. Hold on, I'm hurrying. See if I beat it. All right, beat it. Successful. Okay, so now that this isn't automatic, right? We didn't make any of this stuff automatic because honestly, we want it to go a little slower, as crazy as that sounds, but we want Jake to double check this, right? And honestly, for as many people in this, I wish you would reach out to the person that invited you, enrolled you, and or even Jake and say, hey, I put a withdrawal in. Here's my address it should go to. Which address do you see? Right? Just to be safe. There's so many scams out there. There's so many ways to scam people. And I just want people to be safe, or double check yourself. But Jake does the withdrawal. Give him 24 to 48 hours. Weekends, that's why it's 48 hours, because, you know, sometimes he does want to spend time with his wife and kids too. I know it's crazy, but yeah, he does. And so that's how that works. I just did a withdrawal. If I was going to fund it, I would just come in and add funds there. Besides that, I click on my deposit. You can see right here, it's in plan one, 5K or more. I got 44,147. And then you got right here, I got it set, it's at 10%. Then you got the compounding. This compounding feature, it's up to you. You can, in the way I go about this, and this isn't rocket science, if you put 10K in right now and you're at the 20% a month, you're making 2,000 a month. If you want to get your initial back, put it on zero and withdraw that 2K for the next 5 months. And you got 10K back and just let it roll after that. If you're stuck in like some of us and only getting the 10%, you can pull out the 1,000. That's fine. Or you can just kind of let that 1,000 roll over. And when you get that 20%, you'll have an even bigger amount. But if you want that 1,000 back, just set it at zero. If you want half of that back, and you want the other half to go into your active deposit to make more the next month, you set it at 50. If you want to just compound all of it, you set it at 100. If you don't want to recruit anybody ever, but you want to pay your initial, or not your initial, but a subscription for the next couple months that you're going to do something else or you're in a current one, do a little math. If you put in 5K and you get 20%, you get 1,000 every month, then just set yours at 75% because 750 will go into your active deposit, 250 will go into your balance. And then the next month you come and set it at 100% or you set it at zero, whatever you want to do. But that extra 250 will pay your subscription a couple months later down the road because you pay that subscription every 3 months. That way you don't ever have to come out of pocket. So, I mean, it's up to you. We're doing what we do here. Everybody's got their own different ways of doing it. My suggestion is, and I know a lot of people are like, hey, let it roll. I say get your funds back as fast as possible, because that's the most important thing. So, I mean, if you're new, you're putting a deposit in, just set it at that point where you get your funds back pretty quick and then let it ride. I mean, you don't have to take my advice. It's up to you. Just don't spend money that you can't afford to necessarily be without for a little bit. I don't want to say lose because Jake's not losing all our money here. It's just, it takes a little bit to get it back. This isn't your traditional 3% a day craziness. So that's how the compounding works. You set it where you want. And I'm setting mine currently at zero just so I can show people the withdrawals and that they work. Okay. I'm at 44. I've compounded. You can see right here. That's what I have in an active deposit. So next month, if we're at 10%, I'm going to make 10% on that. If we jump up to 15, I'm making 15 on that. We jump up to 20, we're at that. One thing that will help Jake from us previous people as well is making more deposits, obviously, because what he does is he trades anything that he ever makes over the trading amount. He takes that to help pay the community back some percentages. And I mean, that's just, honestly, that's what he does. It's not like he's taking any money out of your hands or anybody that's new or anything, because you're getting your percentages. Everybody will get your percentages. I'm just being completely honest on how that works. So it will definitely help out. That's why David added more. He's like, hey, this is our baby. We're not going anywhere. I feel safer here than in anything else. Now, if we jump into, let me share my screen and go into this part. If you do want to share, you got to look at a couple things here. We're going to change the subscription side. We haven't totally figured out yet, but instead of it being 5 levels and only this much and a little bit more going into basically the vault, we kind of want to pay almost all of it out, just to help the people that are sharing this make back their subscription even faster. So we might make level 1 $100. We might make level 2 $50. We might make level 1 $150 and level 2 $50. We don't know yet, but we're probably only going to have 2 levels instead of 5. We're going to make those changes and we're going to make them for the better. Then you got this is kind of the same thing on the profit split as well that I was talking about, because the more money that Jake has, the more money that he potentially can make and catch some swings. So say he does 30% and say we're all at 20% a month and he makes 30 this month and we're at 20, he's got an extra 10%. So the more funds that we give him, the more potential money that he can make. And with that, it'll help pay back and help get us more money back to everybody. So now jumping into this is like a match bonus, but it's only on people's percentages that they make. So say I enroll Bobby right now for, let's say she puts in, let's do 10,000, right? She's at, 20K. She puts in, or 20%, sorry, not 20K. She puts in 10,000, she makes 20%. So that would mean she makes $2,000. She's my level one. Well, 30 days from after her putting that in, I would make $160, which is 8%, right? So make 8% on that, and then if Bobby enrolls Josue and he puts in 10K, he makes his 20%. That would get me 6% on that level two, which is $120. And this is every month. This is what you make on those percentages. So this is an extra 5 levels that pays out 8% on level one, 6% on level two, 3% on level three, 2% on level four, and 1% on level five. This is pays 30 days later after people's money's been trading with. We went through that rocky road. Right now, if Jose has 10K in and he only makes 10% and he's my level one, we're going through that thing right now on older deposits, then he makes 1,000 instead of 2,000. I make an 8% on that 1,000. And that's coming off of extra that Jake actually makes too. So Jake puts more into there. That's how that pays out. So it works all around how this works. Now we jump into the next bonus. This is a leadership bonus. It's a one-time bonus on bringing in extra money directly to you. If you have a website, you refer enough people and that equals the bronze at 50K, then you're looking at a $2,500 bonus. And the way I believe this bonus pays is 30 days after you hit that 50K because it needs to be traded with. Because you can't take money from the people's deposits and pay them. We got to do it afterwards. So this is not your get rich overnight. This is sometimes a little stressful. You have to wait a little bit longer. And sometimes at the same time, you're like, God, I wish I'd seen it. I see it working daily, but you can't. You just got to stick to the chats. You got to stick to me, David, Jake. And then you see our Zooms. We're going to be doing Zooms, I believe, Mondays at 2:00 Eastern PM. And in the middle of the day, Tim, my buddy Tim Waiter from overseas is doing Zooms. I'm doing Zooms on Tuesday nights like we're doing right now. Jake does them on Wednesdays. And then we're probably going to take, unless Tim wants to do one Thursday afternoon, but we'll probably take Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, and go that route. And just, I want to lead into this Zoom, leading into Jake tomorrow to come in there, ask him some questions, go in anything with there. I will be on those Zooms so I can help translate and get you to understand a little bit what he's talking about. But this leadership bonus, we've had a couple people hit these and they got paid out in this. So it's all about bringing volume in, and it's only level one. This isn't what you make off your team's ability to work. So if I bring Jose in and he brings in $100,000 direct to him, I don't get anything to do with this. Only Jose does. The companies I've seen out there that will pay me for Jose doing work, they're not here anymore. They are not here. And I tried to consult with those companies and said, hey, right away, I see you got a great bonus plan. They're like, yeah, it's phenomenal. I go, it's not gonna, this is not gonna work. This, because I can put in the right people and then quit, and then I'm gonna get paid all these bonuses. And they're like, yeah, isn't that great? And I'm like, that's not sustainable, because then the guy above me gets the bonuses and he's doing nothing, and the guy above him gets the bonuses. See how that works. So that we made this level one only. So it's what work you put in to get this. You don't have to do any of this stuff. You really don't. It's just adding on to things, but where the real money is, it's in Jake, it's in him trading. And it comes down to back here at the front page. We got 10% all the way up to 20. Right now you can get in, you can throw in whatever you want, not do the VIP, not pay the $250 every 90 days and choose one of these and just let it roll. You can compound it. You can set it on 100% compound. You can set it on 0% and then withdraw whatever you put in. You know, if you're like, hey, look, I'll put in $10,000 and make 15%, then you can do that and easily withdraw $1,500 a month and just go that route. Or you can do the 250 and still not build a team and then get paid 20% on that. And then, like I suggest is start withdrawing that to get that back out. Even though I know we're going to be here, I want a peace of mind, because this is a rocky road. This is trading, this is a market, so like that's how this goes. And that's one thing I want people to be completely aware of. What's up, Jose? Go ahead, ask. I'll mute you. Unmute you.
Wait, question. Were you guys talking about a debit crypto Visa card at one point in time?
Not us. No, I don't really
Did you-
believe too much in those because, when they're all like, I mean, there's some that's good. There's some that I'm waiting on as well with a couple different companies that I know are great. But for me to put my crypto into a decentralized, no KYC debit card to use, MasterCard or Visa, in my advice is if you're going to take that risk, only put your money into that card what you're going to spend that day, if that makes sense. If you're going grocery shopping, you want to use that card, move your crypto to that card that day, use all of it. Don't
Right.
put your whole account into a card like that. But no, we've not talked about that. Not even something I really want to talk about because
Okay. Yeah.
honestly, what I would teach a lot of people, if I'm going to teach you guys anything, it's always use a decentralized wallet, like
Mhm.
Trust Wallet
I
or
got trust. Yeah.
MetaMask or Token Pocket or uh, there's
Exodus.
Exodus. It's a good one as well. MetaMask has some cards in the future actually that are coming out. I saw where Avalanche, they got like a card coming out for that network.
That's probably where I saw it.
There'll be a lot of things coming out. It's just if you do get a card like that, be careful. Even with the crypto.com. You never know. Even the Lakers play in the crypto.com arena. It's hard to trust the centralized exchange as well because if you don't own the keys to your wallet, you don't own your crypto. So when you put your money into crypto.com, they own your crypto. Kind of like if you put your money into Bank of America, they own your money. If you got the money at home and you're safe, you own the money. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of how that works. But what are you going to do? Just buy gold and live on a pile of gold like Donald Duck or Scrooge McDuck or whatever.
Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck. You know what I mean? Like I see, like you watch those cartoons, very educational on how money works. It's hilarious. So watching it yesterday, off subject, but yeah, we're not dealing with the cards. We don't want to go too extreme. We want to make this. There you go. Look at that. That's freaking cool. So we want this to be as simple as possible. We want Jake to keep doing good. It is a little confusing with this decentralized exchange, to be honest with you, but don't worry about it. Jake's taking his time there. All the different things. We'll make sure everything's audited, vetted, third party person before any of us ever move any kind of funds to that in the first place. So really, let's just have fun with this and go that route and work on getting our funds back. At the same time, we can bring more liquidity into this. Anybody we bring in gets paid these packages and, will help out everything in the first place. So, and if I'm going to go ahead and end the recording, but we can stay on. But if you're watching this, just get back with the person that invited you. If you're curious on how to get started, get back with the person that invited you. And welcome to our community. We can set up Zooms with you, with Jake, with your team. We can go over everything. We're very transparent. We have nothing to hide. We'll tell you the ins and outs and the good and the bad, the ugly, all that. It's a real world of trading and everything is not perfect in this world, but we're not going anywhere. And that's the one thing that you'll see. You'll see us on here October 22nd, 2025, when I'm 44 years old talking about this thing. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording and we'll stay on here.